Very good morning, students. Today I am going to explain about memory interfacing. What is meant by memory interfacing? Memory is a device. It is used to store the data. So we can store the temporary data and permanent data. In 8085 microprocessor, we are writing the program using assembly language. That assembly language you are converted into machine language. That machine language I am going to store in the memory. So for that you need a memory. For storing the program we need the memory. Next, for user data, our image or files, anything if you want to store, we need memory device. So there are various types of memories available. For RAM memory, ROM is available, PROM, EEPROM, EEPROM, flash memory, ultraviolet ROM. So likewise, there are various types of memories available. Now we are going to see how to interface all this memory with your microprocessor. Suppose you are doing some project. In that project, we need only two memories need. One is RAM, another one is ROM. So we can easily interface to your microprocessor. Or we need a flash memory, or we need an EEPROM. So whatever you need, we can interface to your microprocessor. It will be differ from applications. So there are two instructions is needed. One is called as read instruction, one is write instruction. Read means it will read the data from the memory. Write means it will write the data in the memory. There are two control signals are available. One is called as IO, another one is called as M. These two signals are in a single pin. If the pin value is high, it will indicate it is an IO device. If the particular pin is low, it will act as a memory signals. So now we are going to go for the memory interfacing. So always this particular pin will be low. So what will happen means we can easily memory will be activated. There are two memories available. One is called as RAM, another one is called as an EEPROM. So if you see the EEPROM, only there is an output buffer is available. But in RAM, both input buffer and output buffer is available. Because we can, in the RAM, we can store the data and we can read the data. But in EEPROM, only we can read the data. So CS, it is used to select the chip select. It is used to select the RAM or ROM or EEPROM, etc. In the EEPROM, only read signal is available. But in ROM, RAM, read and write is available. So there are memory, size of the memory is N into M. What is meant by N means, here we can see here 2048. That is the size of the memory. So the N represents size of the memory. There are 2048 registers are available. Each registers we can store a 8-bit number. Next, EEPROM 4096. There are 4096 registers are available. Each register has one address. In each registers we can store an 8-bit number. Next one is basic concepts in memory interfacing. If you take 8085 microprocessor, I'm going to interface some memory. 8085 microprocessor consists of 16 address lines. So 2 power 16 means 65,536. So we can interface maximum of only 64 kilobyte. We cannot connect 1 megabyte, we cannot connect 6 gigabyte, etc. Maximum memory we can interface is 64 kilobyte. So that 64 kilobyte, it is not a single memory. Example, one RAM is available, that is a capacity is 64 we can connect. Or otherwise you can take one RAM is 32 kilobyte, another ROM is 32 kilobyte. Like that also we can connect. Or otherwise 10 kilobyte of RAM file. Another one is 4 kilobyte of RAM. Like that also we can connect. Or otherwise, if your application need only 20 kilobyte means we can connect only 20 kilobyte. Always the starting address should be used for the permanent memory, because 000 is the starting address and the ending address is FFFF. So when you press the reset button, immediately it will go to the starting address 000. In that only the permanent memory, program memory is available. It will reset the microprocessor. So always the starting address, that is the 000 location, should be allocated to the permanent memory. So if suppose I want to connect only 2 kilobyte, 1 kilobyte of RAM, 1 kilobyte of ROM, and we can assign any address in between 000 to FFF. The capacity of program memory and data memory is purely depend on the applications. Memory interfacing requires to select, first one, it is used to select the chip. It is used to identify the registers. Yes, enable the appropriate buffer. If I want to select the RAM, first you have to select that particular chip. After that, the particular memory location is selected. After that, you have to enable the buffer. There are two types of coding is available. Decoding technique is available. One is called as absolute decoding or full decoding. Another one is called as linear decoding or partial decoding. Full decoding means all the 16 lines are used for memory interfacing. Partial means few lines are used for memory interfacing. Linear means few lines are used. Absolute also, all the address lines are used for memory interfacing. First, you can see about the absolute decoding. So here there are two decoders are available. First, top one decoder is available. This decoder, it is used for the control signal. For example, whether you are going to read the data or you are going to write the data, for that this decoder is used. This decoder, it is used to select the memory. And D0 to D7 is address data lines. A0 to A7 is lower address lines. A8 to A15 is called as higher address lines. Next one is read signal, write signal, memory read, memory write. If you give the signal 0, 1, 0 means memory write. 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0 means memory read. So like that, if you change this ABC values, automatically the read write operation will get changed. And here the bottom one decoder is there. So in decoder, there are 3 pins available. One is G, G1, G2. G1 and G2 always should be low. G is always high. If you give 0, 0, 0 in the pin number 13, 14, 15, Y0 will be selected. If you give 0, 0, 1 means Y1 will be selected. So this is the use for selection of chip, and this is used for the control signals, whether read operation or write operation. Now we are going to see one example. Interface 2 kilobyte of RAM to microprocessor using 1 kilobyte into 4 chips. Next, decoder and full address decoding and give the address map. So next we are going to see one example. In this example, there are 4 RAMs are available: RAM 1, RAM 2, RAM 3, RAM 4. So each RAM, the capacity is 1 kilobyte. So RAM 1, 1 kilobyte, RAM 2, 1 kilobyte, RAM 3, 1 kilobyte, RAM 4 is 1 kilobyte. But the total memory size is 2 kilobyte. Total memory size is 2 kilobyte. So there are 4 RAMs are available. Each RAM is 1 kilobyte. So if you combine, you will get 4 kilobyte. But what we are doing means here, RAM 1 and RAM 2, you are giving the same address. So that is address is 0000 to 03FF. this is the starting address and the ending address. Same is it is given to the RAM 2. So if you select RAM 1 and if you store the value 100 means example 100, it will store in the RAM 1. If you select RAM 2 and if you select the address 100 means it will store the data in the RAM 2. Likewise RAM 3 and RAM 4. RAM 3 starting address is 2000, ending address 23FF. RAM 4 starting address 2000, ending address 23FF. Here there are 4 RAMs are available. There are 2 decoders are available. The top decoder, it is used to select whether memory read operation or memory write operation, and bottom decoder, it is used to enable the RAM. So there are 4 RAMs are available. So RAM 1, RAM 1, RAM 2, RAM 3, RAM 4. Each RAM is 1 kilobyte. So the Y0 is connected to both the RAM. So at the time, both the 2 RAMs will be enabled and data will be stored in both the memory. And if you select the Y1, RAM 3 and RAM 4 will be selected. So the data will be stored in RAM 3 and RAM 4 simultaneously. Or you can read the data from the RAM. So here 16, all the 16 address lines are used. So that is called as full decoding or absolute decoding. Next one is linear decoding. In linear decoding, only less number of address lines is used. So the decoding circuit is very simple. So less complex. The cost of the decoder circuit is very less. So less number of address lines is used for selection of memory. If you see here, only the A15 line it is used for selecting the memory. But in previous case, full decoding, all the higher address lines are used for selection of memory. Only one decoder is enough. In normal full decoding, there are 2 decoders are used. This top decoder, it is used for selection of memory read operation and memory write operation. Suppose I want to read any data from the RAM. So it will do the read operation will be enabled, and it will point out this address by using these address lines. Next, it will read the data through this data bus and it will send to the microprocessor. I want to write any data to the EEPROM. So OE is enabled and this memory is selected. When this memory is selected, you have to give the address. What is the address? And from the microprocessor, data will be stored in the EEPROM. From the RAM, we can read the data as well as write the data. In EEPROM, we can only read the data. So at a time, only one memory will be selected. If A15 is 1, here this is a NOT operation, so this is 0, RAM is selected. If A15 is 0, EEPROM will be selected. Next one example, here we are using, you are going to interface EEPROM and RAM using the linear decoding. So both are 8 kilobyte. So starting address of the EEPROM is 0000, ending address is 1FF. Starting address of RAM is 8000, ending address is 9FF. Here if you see the address, there is no continuity. You can assign any address. Suppose if you need continuity means you have to use 00002 1FFF. Next address should be 2000 to 3FF. So totally 16 kilobyte of memory is connected to the microprocessor. So 8 kilobyte of EEPROM, RAM is 8 kilobyte. So here only A15 is used. When A15 is 1, RAM is selected. When A15 is 0, EEPROM will be selected. This is the microprocessor. So there is a buffer and latch is there. Buffer for input and latch is for output. This is the address latch enable pin. What is the use of this pin means when this pin is high, this line is act as a data line, address lines. When this pin is low, this pin will act as an address lines. This decoder, it is used for enable the read or write operation. When this pin A is 0, B is 1, and C is 0 means that is called as memory read operation. So the read pin will get enabled. When 1, 0 means that is called as an write operation.